YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Man, do I have a good one for you guys today. I got a good one. Let me know what you guys think of this one. This one's going to go into Vancouver housing crisis section in my channel. Be sure to watch trends in the housing market and other Vancouver housing crisis and Sydney housing crisis. Other ones I've been following. It's affecting almost every Anglo English-speaking country in the world. And this housing crisis is basically stealing from the working and the middle class and the poor working class from ever owning a home. Now, let's get started here. Vancouver mulls property tax hike, prepares for future housing projects. Sorry, it's windy. It's blowing my paper around. Vancouver is preparing to ask residents to pay higher taxes. The city spends tens of millions of dollars on projects aimed at tackling the housing crisis. Well, I mean, projects just raise interest rates or apply more restrictions for foreign investors. A draft of the 27 budget envisions a 3.7% increase in property taxes, with the city preparing to create new rental units and social housing along with other projects such as parks and new cycling and walking paths. There's a huge pressure from the community to continue with our investments in the housing, said Councillor Jeff Meggs, the chair of finance and committee and member of the Majority Vision Vancouver Property on Council. And then there's a bunch of related links. The city has been spending much of the past year in a debate over how to address the housing market that has become increasingly unaffordable for both owners and renters. Along with building new housing, the city has also approved a new tax on vacant homes. Okay, the tax on vacant homes is going to help. The tax on foreign investors is helping. And what are you seeing right now? A bunch of houses lined up for sale. A lot of housing projects lined up for sale. Hold on, guys. It's really windy here. To get the next page here. The draft budget envisions putting $80 million into affordable housing projects, the largest amount to date that Vancouver spent in a year. That will include $30 million for what is labeled rental affordable housing units, $9 million for housing site and East Fraser lands to be developed in the city's southeast corner, and another $5 million for land downtown for social housing. Well, it's a good start, but I mean, 90 or 80 million bucks doesn't buy you much nowadays when the average house is 3 million. So if you do the math, I mean, if it costs that, I mean, it's not going to cost that much to build. As long as the city owns the land, then it's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for them to use city land. Mr. Meggs said the city needed to increase its allocation for housing in order to take advantage of provincial and federal programs that are unrolling. The province announced Wednesday $500 million worth of affordable housing projects. Now we're talking. $500 million. 10 of the projects are in Vancouver, accounting for 600 units. 600 units isn't much, but the city has to provide land in order for some of those to go ahead. There you go. Now you got the bureaucracy between land, giving up land, and building low-income housing. The city's higher than inflation tax increase appears to be about equal to what Surrey is considering, and also deals with pressure to combat crime to provide increased services as the population continues to mushroom. So they're starting to realize this now. This is like, what, 5, 6, 8, 10 years later? The population will mushroom anywhere in the world, and the problem is, if there's not affordable housing, how do people... Yeah, anyways. And BC cities are spending more freely than Calgary, where a mayor is pushing for a 0% increase that the city staggered from in economic difficulties brought on by the plunge of global... Oh, yeah, well, Calgary is becoming ghost cities. If you look in here in BC, in the province of BC, you see a lot of Alberta tags, license plates on cars. You see a lot of other tags from from Alberta in Ontario, and in different provinces, you see a lot of Alberta tags. So just want to put that out there. So there is a lot of empty homes there. I could figure that. But the Vancouver Council Minority Party is impressed by the burst of spending, no matter the cause. Nonpartisan Association Councillor Jeff Affleck, the spending at Vancouver City Hall has soared in the past decade, rising 30% when the population increases between only a 30 of that. And this is the biggest increase I've seen since I've been elected, he says. Mr. Affleck questioned some of the items in the budget that seemed unnecessary. Sorry guys, it's windy. My eyes are getting watery here from the wind. The city plans to spend $500,000 on the Vancouver Economic Commission. It can promote can promote the film industry that has $500,000 for an industry that's thriving. He's also dubious about the $2 million budget to start the process of collecting on empty home tax in 2018. That's fantastic. They're putting in measures. Is it too little, too late? Comment below. Let me know what you think. The budget includes $17 million for active transportation corridors, which will cover some of the work to create Arbutus Greenway. It also includes $3.5 million for the removal of viaducts. The city heard from about 5,000 residents and business owners during October consultations, the budget through the online surveys, commission poll, public meetings, and stakeholder meetings. About 70% of the residents and 50% of the business owners said they'll be happy with city services in line from previous surveys. So they're putting things in check. They are putting things in line. They are working to put things together. They are seeing that there is a major crisis. There is a major problem. The last thing they want is people taking to the streets and getting upset and protesting and going and, so I'm seeing this as a step forward to trying to fix the problems, a step forward to trying to, but the affordable housing they should have built up the affordable housing as it went along instead of plopping it all at once. So that this way you wouldn't have all these people on the street. You would have had a lot more people going through programs at an earlier stage in their lives, and then they would have been rehabilitated, so that housing would have been worked through a couple of times through people that moved on, got better jobs, and then started paying and buying places and moving on, right? But they're waiting too long, and investing in people, getting them to work and pay taxes is the way to go. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. It's kind of chilly. The wind is blowing right in my face, and it looks like I'm crying. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave a link below to the article. Let me know. What do you guys think? I mean, increasing taxes. But we are paying a lot of taxes already, but why hasn't any of that money already of taxes we bought go towards the affordable housing from 10 years ago so they can build up to today, so it's not a big bubble or a mushroom or whatever they want to call it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.